Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled, Must I Really Be Concerned About Demons Attacking Me During the 3 weeks? We learned halachot in the previous year about the fourth hour to the ninth hour during the 3 weeks. There's a katamari, a demon that attacks during this time. A person shouldn't go out alone. Some say in the city, some say only outside in the forest or outside the city. So what do we do with this? Does Rambam hold by such a thing? And the answer, of course, is no, he does not. There's not a Maimonidean kind of thing. There's not put down in the Mishnah Torah. The first halach in the Shulchan Aruch, Tafkuf Nun Aleph, he talks about a bad mazel. Don't go to a Gentile with a Gentile to court during this time because it's bad mazel. Rambam doesn't have that either, so it's not a Maimonidean thing. Still, I wonder if the rationalist Maimonideans that would go ahead and just say, "Oh, this is crazy, ridiculous, you don't hold by such things," if that's a rational position. Why? Because if you maintain rational means only those things that I could intuit with my own mind, well, you're not going to intuit Chisa Mason. You're not going to intuit Kibbutz Galiot. You're going to get that information from prophecy given over to us in our Masorah. And the Masorah tells us there will be a gathering of the exiles. The Masorah tells us it's going to be a resurrection of the dead. Who, what, when? Good question. But it will happen. So if there are sources in the Masorah that tell us that there is some force that attacks during some times of the year, you might say, that sounds weird. And a person might say, if I'm not chayiv to hold it, I'm allowed to rely on the Rambam. Okay, maybe you could talk about that. But it is codified in the Shulchan Aruch, and you're going to have to deal with two things. A, halach l'maisa. You're supposed to talk to the Rav about this, halach l'maisa, what to do when it's codified in the Shulchan Aruch. Again, Avram, Megadim, Chai Adam, Shulchan Aruch, Rav, it's brought Mishnah Berurah, Chai Kanievsky. All the posts can have it. So just to dismiss the halakha, I don't think is so simple or rational until one talks to that posek. And in terms of analysis, so just to dismiss something that sounds weird, is that a way to understand God's world? That when something sounds weird, we dismiss it. Is that rational? And I wonder if the rationalists, and I claim to be one, are being so rational if we simply go ahead and say, oh, this sounds weird, I reject it. Well, which weird things do you accept? Which weird things do you embrace and reject? It has to be thought through carefully. We have science as one source of knowledge. The other source of knowledge, of course, is a Masorah. We have to be very careful how we analyze it and what we understand. And even things that seem weird doesn't mean we should simply reject it because it sounds weird. This is just a tip of iceberg of a much bigger discussion, but hopefully something to get some thoughts about this very important topic. Shalom.